In the last 10 or 15 years, the number of college students in America today who identify themselves as either agnostic or atheist has been increasing. And what's fascinating about this is that, well, yes, some of them maybe do have intellectual reasons for believing that and have done some research. Most or a large number of them have done so simply because they find or think that there aren't any good or valid arguments for the existence of God. And so what I've heard on campus in the last few years is just that, well, I'm an atheist because I don't think there are any good arguments for the existence of God. And when I hear that, I almost want to jump out of my seat because I'm so excited. I'm like, really? You do not think there are any good arguments for the existence of God? I can think of a number of good arguments for the existence of God. Arguments that are intellectually fulfilling, the premises of which are plausible, and that really fit reality. And so today I want to give you guys one of my favorite arguments for the existence of God. It's called the Cosmological Argument, and it has to do with the origin of the universe. And here it is. The first premise is that the universe began to exist. The second premise is that because the universe began to exist, it has a transcendent cause or reason for its existence. And the conclusion that the universe has a transcendent cause or reason for its existence. So let me unpack this for you. The universe began to exist. All major scientists today will now say without fail that the universe did not have an infinite beginningless past. In other words, it had a finite beginning point. To quote Alexander Vilenkin in his book, Many Worlds in One, he says this: "It is said that an argument is what convinces reasonable men, and a proof is what it takes to convince even an unreasonable man. With the proof now in place, cosmologists can no longer hide behind the possibility of a past eternal universe. There is no escape. They have to face the problem of a cosmic beginning." Interestingly, this puts the theist smack dab in the middle of mainstream science. The idea that the universe is infinitely beginningless in the past is both strange and absurd when you really look into it. So from the first premise, that the universe began to exist, we'll move to the second one, that because the universe began to exist, it has a transcendent cause for its existence. So think about the opposite of this, of the universe not having any cause. I would say that is worse than magic. If you think about magic and something popping out of nowhere, at least you have the magician. You have a mind behind something popping out of nowhere. To say the universe doesn't have a cause is saying it popped out of nowhere for no reason, with nothing acting on it. This is the problem that the atheist has when saying that there is no mind or God behind the creation of the universe. Nothing acting on nothing somehow equals something. But reality doesn't bear this as true. I've never gone home and had a dog pop out of nowhere while I was watching TV. The city of Berlin didn't pop out of nowhere. Trees do not pop out of nowhere. Nothing acting on nothing, or just plain nothing, gives you nothing, not something. And this is an incredible blind leap of faith that the atheist has to make. Now, when we said before that the universe had a beginning, and we're saying now that it has a cause to the beginning, if you think about this, well, then what caused the universe? Well, that cause must be beginningless. It must be the first uncaused cause. And to put this together, that uncaused cause has to be a certain number of things. I want to list some of them off for you. It has to be timeless because it created time. It has to be immaterial because it created material. It's got to be spaceless because it created space. It has to be enormously powerful to bring something like the universe into existence. It has to be beginningless. And lastly, I would say it has to be personal. Because what else could be timeless, spaceless, beginningless, powerful, and immaterial except an unconscious or unembodied mind? And so we've said, again, on this argument, it's called the cosmological argument, the universe began to exist. The universe has a transcendent cause or reason for its existence. And lastly, the conclusion, the universe does have a transcendent cause or reasons for its existence, and that cause is a creator or a being behind it. If you would like more information about this, the cosmological argument, I recommend you check out William Lane Craig's book, Reasonable Faith.